All right, hey, Shalom, Shalom, Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to say, Kahalaim La Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahshai, Ba'ashem Kakodash. All right, them on our apostles. Taught us truth, peace, citation. To you election out there, man. Members of the household of faith. Through spirit and power, y'all Ba'ashem Yahshai. You know. And it's all about the Israelite man. All right. It's all about the Israelite man. See, everyone's against us. Everybody named Mama is against us. You see what I'm saying? Everybody named Mama is against the Israelite man. All right. But hey, who gonna get the last laugh, man? Who gonna be on top at the end, man? That's what it's all about. So you know, when you look at the history of the world, you know, everybody had their portion. Everybody received their lots, their gifts, you know, their inheritances, you know. And now it's our time, bro. Now it's our time. Ain't the time of these fucking people no more. Ain't the time of the white man. Ain't the time. See, everybody had they time to rule. Sirach 17. I'm gonna start with that, man. Sirach 17 and Sirach 17 and the 17th verse. For in the division of the nation of the whole earth, he set a ruler over every people. But Israel is the Lord's portion, whom being his firstborn, he nourisheth with discipline, and giving him the light of his love, doeth not forsake him. So in the division of the nations, man, in the division of the nations, because you got different nations the Lord made, you know, 17, 18 nations, you know. 17 other nations, man. And but the Lord set the division amongst the nation of Israel, man. The Lord set the division amongst the nation of Israel. Amongst the nation of Israel, that's where the Lord set his division, man. You know. You know, that's where he set his portion. See, because when you look up, you know what I'm saying, all the kingdoms, you know, when you look up all the nations of the earth, all the major empires, all right, they have come and gone. They all represent the different nations that have come and gone, man. All right, you had the Babylonians, the Egyptians. All right, you can even look it up on ChatGPT or, you know, whatever historical you know, site you go on. I mean, it's even in the scriptures. All right, all these nations had their chance of rulership. See, you know, people talking about, why is it one people ruling and this and that? Well, everybody had their chance to rule on the earth. Everybody had their chance to rule. That's what it tells you in Ecclesiastes 8:9, man. Okay, in Ecclesiastes 8:9, it says what? Man rule over man to his own hurt. You know, so like I said, building on the lesson from last night, man. Building on the lesson from last night. Here it is. Here it is. You know, it's our time, man. Now it's our time. So when you look at the major empires, matter of fact, let me go with Daniel 2. Start at the 36th verse. It says, the blue letter, King James, man. It says the interpretation, Babylon, the first kingdom. Their interpretation, Babylon, the first kingdom. Okay, the king's dream, you start at the 31st verse, you read these subheadings. All right, you got the statue, right? Represent all the kingdoms, that the major kingdoms that were to come. Now it says this is the dream. Well, we will tell the interpretation thereof before the king. Thou, O king, art a king of kings. For the God of heaven hath given the kingdom of power and strength and glory. See, yeah. At that time, Nebuchadnezzar was the king of kings right there at that time, because, you know, he had many subjects, many other kings up under him. All right. When the Lord comes, Revelation, the 19th chapter, it says, the 11th, 12th verse, it says the Lord gonna have wear many crowns, called King of Kings, Lord of Lords. You know, that's gonna be that's going to be the ultimate King of Kings. But at that time, you know, at relative to that time when this was written, all right, you had Nebuchadnezzar being the King of Kings, sitting as having an empire, you know, and having many provinces and subjects. I think it was about 170, something like that, provinces. But I tell you that, I think it's the book of Esther. But anyways, I ain't gonna go to it. Now, it says that wasn't Nebuchadnezzar himself, but that was somebody else, another king, Persian, I think it was a Persian. But anyways, nevertheless, showing you that they had their rulership too, the Persians, the Medes, the Babylonians, all right, Cush, Ham, Esau. So the Lord is fair. The Lord is fair, man. He gave everybody their chance, you know. But the only difference is that we're gonna rule forever, and not as men, but as gods, building on the lesson of last night. This great image, who's 36, my bad. We gotta jump back now. This is the dream and interpretation thereof before the king. Thou, O king, art a king of kings, for the God of heaven hath given power wheresoever ruler over them all. It says, thou art this head of gold. See, so the head of gold with the Babylonian, right, in the dream. All right, the Medo-Persian and Greek. It says, after thee shall rise another kingdom inferior to thee, and another third kingdom of brass, which shall bear rule over all the earth. All right, so the Medes and the Persians were inferior to the Babylonians, right, as it says here. Now it says, third and kingdom of brass, which shall bear rule over all the earth, and the fourth kingdom shall be as strong as iron, for as much as iron breaketh in pieces, and subdue all things as iron that breaketh, all these shall it break in pieces and bruise. It says, whereas thou sawest the feet and toes, part of potter's clay and part of iron, the kingdom shall be divided, but there shall be in it of the strength of the iron. For as much as thou sawest the iron mixed with iron, miry clay. All right. As the toes of the feet were part of iron and part of clay, so the kingdom shall be partly strong and partly broken. So you see, now we're at the feet of that statue where the kingdom is partly strong, partly broken. All right. And whereas thou sawest iron mixed with miry clay, 43rd verse, they shall mingle themselves with the seed of men, but they shall not cleave one to another, even as iron is not mixed with clay. It says the 44th verse. All right, that's our kingdom coming up, because here it is. They just described the Romans, the Greeks, the Persians, the Babylonians, right? All right, you know, even Moab had his kingdom. The Mongol Empire. We got Genghis Khan, you know, and all them different guys. You know, these were the different rulerships of Moab, Japhet. You know, they all had their time. They all had their time to rule. They all had their season. You know, in order that they ruled over the earth, man. You know, that they ruled and the Lord gave them that appointed time. You know, how long did the Egyptians rule? Over 400 years, man. You know, they got the Chinese, they call it the Ming Dynasty, this dynasty, that. See, they didn't rule over the whole earth, but they had their little rulership in East Asia and all that shit, you know. But, you know, so they said the Mongoloid Empire, you know, was like 10,000 kilometers across, you know, and it was vast, you know. So everybody had their time of rulership, man. You know, I was watching this lesson earlier. I mean, this video, it wasn't a lesson, but it was a video by dude in the world, you know, and they were going into the different empires. I was looking up before I made this video here, but it says the 44th verse. It's like Daniel 2 and 44. And in these days of the king shall the God of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. For as much as thou sawest that the stone was cut out of that mountain without hands, that it break in pieces the iron, the brass, the clay, the silver, the gold. The great God have made known to the king what shall come to pass hereafter. And the dream is certain, and the interpretation thereof sure. Why is it sure? Because the Most High, pursuing Daniel 4:17, is gonna make it happen. You know, like Mariah Carey said, he's gonna make it happen. That's it. You know, at that appointed time, which we're at now, man. The vision is speaking. They tell you Habakkuk 2. You know, at the end it shall speak, it shall not lie, though it tarry, wait for it, man. You know, but it shall surely come. You know, so this is the time where we're gonna receive our heritage. Jeremiah 10. Jeremiah 10 and 16. It says the portion of Jacob is not like them. See, their portion. What was these nations' portions? They got the Roman Empire. They had Egypt. You know, drilling pyramids and shit. Putting mummies and putting people in mummified states. You know, over there having sex parties with cheetahs and shit. You know, that was their glory. You know, Babylon, where they were over there dealing with midgets. You know, just like they do today. See, nothing new under the sun. Everything's just in a modern day form. You know, that was their glory. You know, that was their glory. Mass orgies. You know, okay, the Roman Empire was known for freakism. All right, just like the Greeks. All right, like even like the Edomites said came to the camp. You know, yeah, the Greeks. You know, she was in like an Italian or some shit. You know, and it was like she was like, yeah, the Greeks were into homosexuality and this and that and all this other shit. Yeah, everybody knows this. Everybody knows this. So that's the glory of these kingdoms. That's the glory of the white man's kingdom, of their rulerships. So our portion, it said Jeremiah 10 and 16, the portion of Jacob is not like them. For he is the former of all things, and Israel is the rod of his inheritance. Yeah, Israel is the rod of his inheritance. The Lord Yahweh, by Hashem Yahshai, is his name. All right, which he's the one gonna give us this kingdom, man. That's gonna stand and gonna break in pieces all the other kingdoms, all the other rulerships, starting with the white man's American empire, so-called New World Order. You know, so-called New World Order, Edomite power structure, the beast in his image, man. You know, the beast in his image. All right. So it said Jeremiah 10 and 16, the portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the former of all things, and Israel is the rod of his inheritance. The Lord of hosts is his name. Right. So let me get the word for portion. I want to look at this word portion. What's our portion? What's our allotment? What the Lord gonna give us? Everybody got to get an inheritance. The Lord created you not so you could burn in hell. Even the other nations ain't gonna burn in hell. What did he create them for? They had their time. The Lord gave these. Look at what Esau got, man. The fatness of the earth. Esau got the fatness of the earth, man. Esau got mansions, you know, electric vehicles, all right, nuclear missiles. That's his blessing. Esau's blessing is the nuclear missile, man. Esau's blessing is the stock market, you know, crypto, and you know, America. America is Esau's blessing. America is the place where he put us in bondage, and he humiliated you as he got the victory over you. But see, he's not gonna get the final victory. The scriptures say the joy of the hypocrite is but for a moment. So his joy, his little victory, he had with Eve. You know, his little victory he got with fucking Moab and the rest of them. You know, it's but for a moment. The joy of the hypocrite is but for a moment. All right, the portion of Jacob. Okay, the portion. It says the share allotment. Okay, portion, smoothness, seductiveness. Okay, portion. I don't know why they got the smoothness, seductiveness in here. What that got to do with a portion? Hey, that's Jake's portion. A seductive, smooth, flat. That's one of Jake's abilities, man. That's one of Jake's Israel's talents. You know, I guess that's why they put that in there. Even they're telling you, even the white man's telling you that, because they put this together. We didn't put this together. They put together the Most High put the spirit on these devils to put together these study tools, man, that we use today. All right, because all this shit was done by Edomites, Cambridge Bible scholars, and all that other shit. It was all done by these devils in these institutions. You know, but ultimately, this Bible is our book. You know, and the Most High, like I said yesterday, he's omnipotent, so he preserves his word. He didn't allow them to change it. All right, even though it is in English now and in Spanish and all different languages, it still says that we are God's people. In code, it says that we're God's people. It says that the Edomites the devil. It says that that America will be destroyed in code. You see, so the word portion, all right, that's our portion, man. An eternal kingdom. See, Esau's little bullshit kingdom, you know, is but for a moment. All right, the joy of the hypocrite is but for a moment, man. The joy of the hypocrite is but for a moment. The joy of the hypocrite. The joy of the hypocrite, man, is but for a moment. Portion, allotted part. Okay, lot, fate, destiny. Share, part, division. Division, man. A part of a whole. To divide in portions, man. Okay. So an allotted portion or part. So what's our part? An eternal kingdom. Jeremiah 10:16. Also Jeremiah 51. 51 and 19. It says the portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the former of all things, and Israel is the rod of his inheritance. The Lord of hosts is his name. All right. Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war. That's why he told you Amos 3:2. You are only you have I known of all the families of the earth, therefore I punish you for your iniquities, man. All right. Therefore I punish you for your iniquities. So it's our portion, man. Sirach 7, I mean 2nd Ezra 7 and verse 9. If this city now were given unto a man for an inheritance, if he never shall pass through the danger set before it, how shall he receive his inheritance? This inheritance or his inheritance, right? Okay. We got to go through the danger set before, right? The straight gate. We got to go through hell. We got to go through Babylon. We got to go through our women disrespecting us. We got to go through men, other nations, you know, putting hands on us, you know, destroying us, destroying our heritage, taking our nationalities and shit, calling themselves you know. So now, hey, now comes the payback, the redemption. All right, for it is a righteous thing to recompense them that trouble thee. Okay, it's a righteous thing to recompense them that trouble thee, man. So now it says 2 Ezra 7 and 10, and I said, it is so, Lord. Then he said unto me, even so is Israel's portion, because for their sakes I made the world, and when Adam transgressed my statutes, then was the decree now that is done. So then he said unto me, even so is Israel's portion. If a man go, if this city now were given unto a man for an inheritance, if he never passed the danger set before it, how shall he receive this inheritance? So even this is Israel's portion, to receive what? The inheritance. You know, an eternal refuge, man. The kingdom of heaven that's going to be on this earth. That would tell you in Matthew the 6th chapter. Let that will be done. Let that kingdom come. Will be done on the earth as is in heaven. You know. So now that's what's going to come. And you Edomites portion, and the portion of you damn heathens is going to come and go. The joy of the hypocrite is but for the moment, man. You know. So the joy of the hypocrite is but for a small moment, man. You know. The joy of the hypocrite is but for a small moment. So this is all ultimately culminating in us receiving our inheritance, man. The portion of Jacob is not like this. I ain't really gonna make this one a long one because this one really gonna be straight to the point, you know, through the spirit. I'm just go straight to, probably like 20 minutes. That shit probably just leave it here. Ephesians 1 and 11, in whom we have obtained an inheritance, being predestinated according to the purpose of him who worketh all things after the counsel of his own will, that we should be the praise of his glory, who first trusted in Yahushua, not Jesus, the white man, and whom ye have also trusted after he heard the word of truth, the gospel of our salvation, whom after that ye believed, you were sealed with that Holy Spirit of promise, which is the earnest of our inheritance until the redemption of the purchased possession unto the praise of his glory. Wherefore I also, after I heard of your faith in the Lord Yahushua and the love of unto all the saints, cease not to give thanks for you, making mention of you in my prayers, that the Most High Yahweh Bashim Yashai, the Lord Yahushua Hamashiach, and the Father of glory, may give unto you the spirit of wisdom and revelation and knowledge of him, the eyes of your understanding be enlightened, that ye may know what is the hope of his calling and what is the riches of the glory of his inheritance in the saints. All right. So with that, I'll leave it there. Say, call him like Howard by Shema Shai by Shema Kakodash. The Lord is fair. All right. It's all about the Israelite man. Everybody received their inheritance. The Edomite man, the white man, the Hamite, they ruled for a certain time. Mansa Musa and all these different people, and they sold us into slavery. Everybody had their little time to rule. Now it's our time, man. It don't matter what the fuck anybody think about it. It don't matter what your women say. Fuck you niggas. You ain't shit. You ain't got nothing. You ain't shit. They disrespect you. They talk all kind of shit. Like I said, every fucking body is against us, man. Every fucking body. The white man, the fucking other nations, your own fucking people. But it's all good because it's all about the elect, and the Most High is with us, bro. The Most High is with us, man. You see that? Like Elijah said, man, there be more than is with us than be with them. You see that? 2 Kings 6 and 16, man. And he answered me and said, fear not, for they that be with us are more than they that be with them. And Elisha prayed and said, Lord, I pray thee open his eyes that he may see. And the Lord opened the eyes of the young man, and he saw, and behold, the mountain was full of horses and chariots of fire round about Elisha. All right. Fear not, for they that be with us are more than they that be with them, man. All right, so with that, call I'm like Israel portion, Jeremiah 10:16 is not like them, for he is the former of all things, man. All right. So our inheritance, our blessings, our riches, pursuing in 1 Corinthians 2 and 9. Okay. I have not seen, have not heard what the Lord prepared for him that love him. All these other nations, they got their little, whatever. They got their little, little trinkets. All right, that's gonna pale in comparison to us. Boy, shalom.